I'm going to show you how to get started with the Lortone Rotary Tumbler. This is a great little tumbler for tumble polishing and work hardening precious metal clay. It's very easy to use. It doesn't use a lot of electricity. It's very reliable and quiet, and you'll be happy with this unit. This is the 3A model. It has one barrel and a 3-pound capacity. That 3-pound capacity means that you can put a total of 3 pounds, including the weight of the barrel, in here. So if I was to fill this with shot, water, my pieces, and then take this entire unit and weigh it, it needs to weigh 3 pounds or less in order to make sure that I don't burn out the motor. The motor is rated for 3 pounds, so it can handle 3 pounds, but nothing more than that. We recommend that you use 2 pounds of stainless steel mixed shot in the tumbler for jewelry burnishing. You could get away with using 1 pound. You wouldn't be able to burnish as many pieces, but it would still work. This is a mix of various sizes of stainless steel shot. These pieces are specially designed to get into every nook and cranny, and our mix includes these pins, which are very important, and some mixes don't have them, but without these pins you don't get as good a result. You need to clean the shot before you use it the first time. It'll have cutting oils and residues from the manufacturing process, so cover it over with water in a little container like this. Sprinkle in maybe a tablespoon of baking soda, a couple of drops of soap, and stir it around, wash it, get it all cleaned up, and then pour it through a sieve, rinse it in water, and then it's ready to put into the barrel. Now I'm going to add my clean shot to the barrel and get ready to tumble some pieces. I'm going to cover over the shot with distilled water. I just barely cover it, maybe by 1/8 of an inch. If you put too much in, you won't get a good result. It won't polish the way that it's supposed to, and if there's not enough in, it won't polish the way it's supposed to. So the water level needs to be just a little bit over the top. And if you add a lot of pieces, make sure that you add a little extra water as well. Then as a burnishing compound, I'm going to use 1 drop of mild dish soap. Now I'm adding my pieces to be tumbled, and if you have pieces that have wires, ear wires like this is nothing to be worried about. A lot of times people think they're going to be mangled in the tumbler, and they're not at all. In fact, it's very good for them because it work hardens them along with polishing them. Now I'll go ahead and put the lid on and get ready to tumble. Now you want to make sure that this is seated all the way down. It's got a nice fit all the way around the outside of it. I'm going to put the lid back on. This also needs to be fit in place very well, so you want to press it down all the way so that it's tightly fit so you don't lose any of that water. This thumb screw needs to be set so that the knurled portion is on top, because this little groove here needs to fit on the piece that's on the tumbler motor. And we'll put that in place now and go ahead and plug it in, and it'll start automatically and start tumbling. You want to check this after about the first hour, the first time that you use it, just to make sure that everything's going okay. Open up the barrel, look at the pieces, see how they look. If they look like they're finished to your satisfaction, then you can just go ahead and take the pieces out, rinse them, and give them a final polish with a polishing cloth. Or if it looks like you want a little bit more shiny on it, then run it for another hour, maybe another 2 hours. You really can run it for overnight if you wanted to, but what would happen is that the longer you run it, the more it's going to wear away the sharp edges on your metal. So probably 2 hours is about what most people are going to be satisfied with. You're also going to want to check the condition of the water on a regular basis. Anytime you see the water is beginning to turn gray, it's time to change it. Even if your piece is only run for half an hour or an hour, that gray floating in the water are oxides that, if left in the water, would hammer into the surface of your metal, and then you would end up with a dull finish that would never really get shiny the way you want it to. So it's very, very important to keep the water clean.